everybody? This is Fidel of Talking Again Podcast here with another edition of The Tap. My guest this week is Daniel Bresler, also known as D Breezy, formerly known as Sounds. D Breezy comes in and talks about how he got started in the music industry and as a producer, working with several artists all over the country. Make sure you guys tune in. You don't want to miss this. This guy's putting out fires on a daily. He's also a firefighter. I forgot to mention that. Quick little disclaimer. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties halfway through the video. So we had to use a clip, or actually the remainder of the interview was provided by Daniel's wife, Marla. So shout out to Marla. Thank you very much. So it'll be a little grainy and the audio will be a little off. But I hope you guys still enjoy this show because it's all about the content, correct? Well, thank you guys very much. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that notification, share the video, and we'll see you next week.
When are you going to start talking again?
What's up, everybody? This is Fidel Talking Again Podcast. I'm here on another edition of the show, and my guest this week is Daniel Bresler.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Good. How's it going?
Musician, well, firefighter. I think that's the first one, right?
Yeah, that's a primary.
Yeah, primary, exactly. And then musician.
Yeah.
Producer, everything. I have here. Producer, you make beats, you mix, you do everything.
The mixing's a whole different.
Okay.
Everyone's got their specialty. I know a lot of producers can do the mixing, just like time purposes. Like I'm very limited in my time, balancing between work and family, and getting music in where I can. So I just try and squeeze out as much like the production side as possible. The mixing, I kind of have people I go to, and they work on that with me. Mm-hmm. So I just try and knock out the production.
What about vocals? Do you do vocals at all?
I record some on my pad. Like a lot of reference stuff. But I like to go to my boy Mello's studio, Cram Pro Studios. Shout out to him. He's got a real clean setup. Vocals always come out clean, and it's a good ambiance too. So he's got everything over there, and I work close with him. I've known him forever, so I like to record vocals over there. Okay. Yeah.
So your thing is mostly just producing, then you just produce the music.
I kind of produce it, arrange it, edit it. I usually lately I've been seeking out artists and just finding the right fit for the song. Not everybody's, there's stories that you'll hear like Tupac's How Do You Want It, for example. Mm-hmm. That was originally like a Candyman beat, and it just didn't work for whatever reason. And then Johnny J had that beat, presented it to Tupac, and, just came together. Yeah. So that's kind of I try and do that, try and make stuff work, piece it together. I don't just want anybody and anything. Mm-hmm. So it's got to work. It's like, basically like teamwork, putting the right pieces in place and putting the puzzle together.
So when you're creating a song, like or a beat, right? Mm-hmm. You already have someone in mind of what you want the vocals to sound like. You kind of and then you work your way around that, or what comes first? Which one's the chicken or the egg, right?
Usually it's, I kind of just I'll start working on a beat, get it together, and like I'll kind of sit on it, do some additions to it, and then I'll kind of like. I know what certain artists sound like, so I'll kind of like just envision what that would be like in the song, and then if I find a fit, I'll reach out, and if it works, it works, schedule wise, and if they can't or they're not feeling it for whatever reason, then I see who else can fit it. But I usually just kind of make the song, put it there, and then I still have a lot of songs that I don't know who is gonna be on it. I don't have anyone specifically envisioned for it, but just off to the side, waiting for the right person to come bless it, basically. Yeah. So yeah.
But is it something that you put out there like, hey, you guys check out this beat? Who wants to get on it? Or do you listen out for that artist and you're like, oh, I want that guy.
I'll put little clips out, and if someone reaches out to me, then I'll kind of get a feel for what they're about and what styles they got, and if it's a match, it's a match. Otherwise, I just have some stuff I'm kind of sitting on, waiting till I hear somebody like, oh yeah, that dude needs to be on the song. So yeah.
Is it crazy to you? Like I've you hear all these like things, like for example you mentioned Tupac earlier, right?
Yeah.
That dude, he passed away, and then all of a sudden all these music just coming out. Like, is that real? Like, you guys just have music just fucking sitting there in the bank?
I know some people do. Like I mentioned, like my time wise, my music just kind of like I try and not have a bunch of stuff to sit in there. Am I good? Language purposes, I could.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay,
yeah,
all right, cool.
Whatever you want.
I got a lot of shit just sitting there,
Yeah,
and then it like I try to finish what I have sitting there because I don't want to be starting a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then just have all this stuff that is just laying around, not being used for anything.
Just archived over there.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll work on new stuff. Sometimes I'll just pull up an old file and just see if I can update it and kind of finish it. So I try not to have a bunch of stuff, but I know there are artists that have tons of songs just sitting there. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure those lyricists guys. Those are some people just write and just once they put pen to paper. They don't stop.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It just keeps going and going and going. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a talent, man. That's
No,
not
good.
to say that producing isn't it, because I could never do that. You know what I'm pretty good at is but I've never trained or anything. I'm pretty good at listening to something and go, maybe it needs this, maybe it needs that.
Yeah.
But I can never produce it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't create it from scratch. I can't create. But I'm good at judging. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's an important thing too, and that's why sometimes like I'll go to my boy Mello too, and like sometimes instead of me doing something, I'll have him play keys, and it's sometimes just easier to kind of like sit back and listen versus like I'm sitting there in a zone trying to figure things out. Sometimes just sitting back and just kind of listening, you hear like, oh, you know what, this needs to be this way, or this needs to be that way, or this sound would be dope on here.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just it's like anything. Sometimes you just gotta step back away from everything and just kind of look at the whole picture, listen to it, and then like things kind of come together more.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like anything. Like all the best songs back in days were bands, and it's more than one people putting their ideas in, and I like to kind of collaborate a lot.
Yeah.
Have people add their little twist in there and just kind of put things together, and I think it works.
Yeah.
I think it works better sometimes.
You don't get offended or anything when someone tells you like gives you like their input, as long as like a criticism, but if it's,
No, some people. Sometimes the criticism is helpful. Sometimes, like you take it for what it is and just move on with it, or sometimes useful, sometimes not.
Yeah.
But I don't care if someone tells. There's a million people in the world, like billions actually. So everyone's gonna have their opinion of what it should have or shouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
when you post anything, we get I know you get a lot of positivity, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever get some of that negative posts? Like, have you seen that?
Yeah, here and there. Like, I've had a couple people like, oh, that ain't it or whatever. Like, that's cool. All right. Like, you're not feeling it, like, or they're just like, yeah, I gotta work on a couple things on it. And all good.
Nice.
No big deal.
I love that. There's some people that like to feed into that shit, and they start barking back, and it's like, man.
Yeah, I don't feed trolls.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, when did this start for you? All this, music?
Like after high school, I bought like an MPC 1000 and just started playing with it, and then just kind of like figuring things out, and then after a while, like do so much in the drum machine, so I wanted to kind of evolve that more. And there was a studio down by my house, and that was my boy Mello, Cram Pro Studios. Again, shout out. And I went to him, and he was so close. It was kind of like it wasn't a normal thing. It was like, hey, dude, I don't know if this is normal for you, but can I just pay you to come help me like figure this out? Because some of it was like a little over my head. Mm-hmm. And then he came, and we kind of like figured out how to set things up. Like I set up my Pro Tools, like how to incorporate the MPC with it, and then just went from there. And after that initial setup, just over the years, getting plugins, getting a keyboard, just figuring out how to like, incorporate everything. Yeah. And to where it is now, I could do a good amount.
Yeah.
Good amount on my own.
But you grew up, as a kid, in high school, junior high school. Yeah. Music was your thing. You liked listening to music.
Oh, dude, music was like a comfort zone. Yeah. There was so much going on. Just growing up, like how I grew up, the music was always kind of like there, and it was always relatable. Mm-hmm. Like it was always, like Tupac, NWA, Easy, Quick, like Above the Law, Cocaine, Snoop, Dre, all those Alcoholics, and a lot of that stuff was relatable, hit home. So no matter what was going on, how shitty everything was around me, like everything, just clicked with the music.
Where's home for you?
Whittier.
Whittier.
Yeah. Stay in Whittier.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's a lot of shit went down in Whittier. It's probably still going down in Whittier. In some
Yeah.
areas.
I just grew up in different parts, you know.
Yeah.
So grew up, I was little, stayed in motels and apartments and, different places until my grandma got custody of me. So I was with her, and the music was always kind of there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So that's what you say when you're talking about comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's where you're like, you got to zone in and you got to get away from all the distraction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the drama was going on in life, whatever, just music was there.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, fast forward
Uh-huh.
and you listen to the same type of music. Where does it take you? What zone are you in?
I think now
Mentally.
just being that like I love music so much, I just analyze everything more.
Mm.
So just hearing just hearing a song, I'm kind of analyzing how they put the instrumentation together, trying to figure out what melodies they use or what samples they use or what instruments they use, how they arranged it, the effects they put on it. It's just kind of more like a studying element now.
Mm.
So
Speaking of studying, was it all streetwise? Did you learn this thing all hands-on, or did you go to school?
no,
And
just
learn.
hands on.
Oh yeah.
And then same thing, I would go to my boy Mello's studio a lot. Like I would do stuff in my house. Then I would go to his studio, kind of work with him and just pick up what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like that big brother mentor figure.
Nice.
So yeah, that kind of took it to another level.
So all the terminology that you use, like that, you got all that from Mello.
A lot of it, most of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or just watching other people in the studio, or just looking at stuff online, or just kind of studying how other people did their stuff too.
Yeah.
Picking up little things here and there.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think there's any kind of difference of someone that learns hands-on in the backyard of a studio or whatever, as to someone that goes to a school, learns how to do certain things, like
I mean, probably a lot of the time, like the school, like I know, like 1500 or Nothing, like they have their own sound academy, and I'm sure like the stuff they'll teach you is they're gonna teach you more things that you might not learn on your own. As far as like the networking too, they'll have probably more opportunities going to school, because you might have people that have been doing it for a long time, have certain connections.
Yeah.
So, but talent wise, I mean, if you got talent, you got the talent. Some
Yeah.
people just clicks naturally. Like there's a kid, like a 5-year-old kid, Aaron the bassist, I think it is. Like this dude's 5 years old, just picked up fucking everything, and you could just see like just natural.
Yeah.
Like what I mean, just natural.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Some people just have that. you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an art. It's not even,
Yeah.
It's
No, absolutely.
talent for sure, but I think it's an art.
Yeah.
Like for you to produce something from scratch, like we're
Yeah.
talking about. Not too many people can do something like that.
Yeah. No, that's why when you see like that's one of the best parts of the producer. Like when you have the beat and then you find the artist and it just starts to come together, it's just like magic, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like, it's perfect.
I'm thinking of like a painter, right? You have a blank
Yeah.
canvas and you start here and then you add a little bit here.
Yeah, no,
It's like
exactly
the
that.
same thing. And then when you're done and you actually see it, and you see all these, for me, it looks like a bar graph, right? You
Yeah.
know? And then you play it and you're like, fuck, I created that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly that. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty amazing feeling.
That's one of the best feelings about it, and
Yeah.
especially when it's dope and like I listen to my own music all the time. Like he's like I'm happy with the product to put out and love it, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I know we breezed, no pun intended. We breezed through the firefighter thing.
Yeah.
Like, so when did you go, hey man, I want to be a firefighter? Because you know how little kids are always like, oh,
Yeah.
5 years old, like, what do you want to be? I want to be a firefighter, a police officer.
Yeah.
Was that you? Like, did you always want to be a firefighter?
I mean, I spent a lot of my youth just kind of doing dumb shit. So
Yeah.
then like, eventually like when it started clicking, it's like, I know there's 10, 20,000 people that are applying, probably more, that are applying for this. So it's like, I didn't think I had a chance. And then, someone had told me like, hey, they're changing the testing process, like level playing field. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Like I could, finally get into this. And like, I love doing something that means something, being a part of something more. So that's why it was just a natural fit.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, like I got an opportunity, let me take it. So I did what I could, and 3-4 years in, finally happened.
Yeah.
So I know some guys takes, by waiting like 10 years to get in. So I got fairly lucky getting in as quick as I did. I did get really lucky, but it's awesome.
Well, I'm sure hard work has to do a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know,
I mean, there was, especially during like the academy, I was pretty much gone from my family for 4 months. Like my kid thought I moved out.
oh,
You know what I mean? My little one's like 3-4 years old.
yeah,
And then he's like thinking that I like not necessarily left him, but I moved out. So it's like, that's a little tough,
yeah.
you know, but you know, here we are.
How's he now? I mean, he was young when that
Yeah.
happened, but like now, like what, 8 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
Does he process that? Do you guys ever talk about that?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna be 7 now, so I think he kind of understands everything now. He sees like the schedule, he understands it more. And then the beautiful part is when I'm home, I'm usually home for at least a day, 24 hours. So
Yeah.
I have time to spend with him. I can take him to school, and you know, it's beautiful because I can spend the whole day with him.
Yeah.
Like as before, when I was working a different job, my commute took forever. So I would leave when he's asleep, and I would come home essentially when he's asleep.
Yeah.
And so I feel now, even though I'm like gone for however many days away from home, like when I do come home, I get to spend that much more time with the fam, you know? So it's cool.
What is the schedule like? Is it you guys? I remember
It
that
just
was like 3
rotates.
days, or-
It just rotates. You know, it's supposed to be, you know, one on, one off, and then like it's supposed to rotate similar to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get 2 or 4 days off, but doesn't usually happen. Whether you get called into work or whether you end up working on your own because someone else needs the day off.
Mm.
So sometimes you're gone for 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. You know, if a brush fire goes out, then I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so being gone from home that much.
Yeah. Well, no, I commend you for that.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, the schedule, not just the schedule, but like when most people are running away from a fire, you're running into it, you know? And
Yeah, that's the fun part. Yeah, that's the fun part, dude.
so that's the fun part. Not for me, man. I'd be like, I try to grab what I can and then get the hell out.
I mean, I think like when you sign up for firefighter, that's
Yeah.
what you're signing up for.
Well, yeah, right.
You know, the medical part is associated with it, so we run a lot of medical calls. But like, if you sign up to be a firefighter, you're signing up most likely to go and put out fires.
Yeah.
And so that's the cool part when you get
Hence
to do
the
that.
term firefighter, right?
Yeah.
What, dude? We were talking about this earlier
Mm-hmm.
on the live. That it seems like there's a lot more fires, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you said it had to do with a lot of it with the homeless, right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I think it's a huge part of it.
yeah. It's insane. But how crazy is it that, or I'm sorry, how dangerous could it be with certain chemicals nowadays? Like you hear things that are, you know, obviously explosives and stuff
Yeah,
like that, but like
yeah.
they're just turning on fires wherever they're at. I mean, for you guys, how dangerous it is? Like, is there protocols? Like certain things like don't touch that, don't open that, or you just
I mean, a lot of it just, you try and be heads up, but like, you know, you look at the incident that happened with City, and it's a very narrow building. There's a fire busting out, and they go and they start making a push, trying to put the fire out. And, you know, it's a dispensary. I think they made like wax, and they don't know that. The building's not really labeled. You don't know that going in.
right?
So there's only so much you could do. I mean, you're cautious, but then when shit goes down, it goes down.
It's like seconds, right? You have to decide
yeah,
things, right?
Like you see, before you know it, there's fire blowing out the fucking building, and they're just evacuating on a ladder. And you know that's the part that sucks. Is especially some of the houses you go into, like, you know, shit's stacked up to the fucking ceiling, and you're like, you barely have any room to move, and you can all that shit during a fire can collapse on you.
yeah.
There's a lot of dangers that you try and be heads up on, and you just try and prepare for,
Mhm.
but you never know what you're gonna get into. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
So
You know, I remember watching like the movie. I think it was called Ladder 49.
Mhm.
There's a brotherhood. You know,
yeah.
that's real, right?
Yeah, I mean that's
Like
that's
you- like
definitely
you-
brotherhood. Like, you know, whether it's almost like you'll have brothers that you really get along with, and brothers not so much. You guys might fight once in a while, but at the end of the day, like, I'm going into a fire, and if I got to put my life on line for this guy, I'm doing it,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Right.
You know, like our lives are in each other's hands, and that is a brotherhood. You know, that's something that you can't take lightly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn. Do you remember? I'm sure you have like some memory, a crazy moment or something that you remember from going into something like a fire. That you like the story that you tell at a picnic, and you remember that time.
I mean, I don't like.
Something that you're willing to share too, because I don't want.
A lot of I don't want to get too graphic, dude, because you see a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So like, I haven't even been on that long, but I've already seen, you know, some some messed up stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that, you know, there's guys that have been on for way longer than I have, and they've seen even exponentially more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just see crazy stuff all the time. Just depends what a lot of it stands out. Fucking mosquito.
Right. In studio guest.
Some of it you remember, some of it you don't, and you know.
Yeah.
It's too much.
What about like you know, all the heat? You know, you talking about. I had referred to like earlier on another podcast about a roofer. Roofing job was like probably the worst. Totally didn't think about firefighter.
Yeah.
As far as like the heat, like when it's those hot days, that's when we're more liable that there's gonna be a fire, right? Like,
well, it just depends on the area. I mean, fires start for so many reasons. Like even if it's cold, people are putting on heaters and stuff, and that can cause fire.
Yeah.
People do shitty electrical work, and even if it's cold, like spark a fire, or you never know. Same thing. Someone has a car. It got done for a deal, and the wiring fucking sparks off, sets the car on fire, and before you know it, garage is going up next to a house, and you just never know. I mean, heat, cold, whatever, just fire start for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, again, I commend you for that because like this shit, that work, you know, it's different, man. It's like those are superhero shit right there.
It's all in a day's work. That's the fun part.
Again, putting out fires at work and then putting out fires on
the track.
On the track with the music.
On the track.
Yeah, I hate that stupid ass joke. I'm not gonna use it anymore.
I'll use that shit all the time. I'll post pictures of fire and like just recently, like bumping that breezy. That's what happens, dude.
I did see that video of you trying to put out that fire on that speaker.
Dude, I gotta do more of those. Everyone mentions
that. Shit was funny.
I like that.
It was good. But you said that one of your coworkers gave you the name. D Breezy.
Yeah,
because it used to go off of
sounds. Yeah, I did. I had one track out there, and it was actually with Absol from Top Dog. Like I'd sent him some tracks back in the day. Yeah. And then he picked one, and I didn't even know he was gonna use it. And so on like the long-term mixtape, like it says produced by Sounds on the track. It was it's like number 7, Gutter. Mm-hmm. I think that was it. Yeah. And so like, if anyone had paid attention to that, you know, I don't know how much I did, but you know, I didn't want to like completely abandon that. Yeah. And then some of my album, a couple of the dudes shouted out Sounds. So especially right now, while I was transitioning to that D Breezy nickname, I just wanted to keep that in there just so people could know.
Are they the same cat? The same cat? Sounds D Breezy? Or is it
same thing?
It's not a different sound? You haven't changed anything?
Nah.
You don't feel
my
like...
sound is my sound. I keep it. Trying to incorporate a lot of the elements that like I grew up on. Yeah. And a lot of that G-funk, funk, just try and blend it, make it new. Yeah. Different elements to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You know, I hear a lot of people always talking about, oh man, this guy sampled from this person, but I'm like, isn't that what all it is? Sampling? Like
everybody samples everything.
Remix it, make a little bit.
I mean, even if you're listening to something and being inspired by it, you know, like and play something similar, like, you know, replaying a sample, taking a sample. I mean, I don't know. I don't see the big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. How much of it do you do though? Like sampling? Do you do?
I love sampling. Yeah. Whether it's sampling and using that sample as like a 1-bar loop, or sampling, chopping it up into little pieces, or whether it's just replaying the sample, or whether it's just putting stuff over the sample and then getting rid of it later. You know, I've done all the above. Yeah. So.
But what's in music when you're producing like that? Mm-hmm. What's your workout? What's your practice? You know, like, is it sampling? Is that what you do?
I just love sampling. So that's usually where I start off. I'll usually start off with sample. Whether it's chopping or looping it, start putting drums on it, and little by little start adding keys and just kind of like fine tuning it. Yeah. Doing different effects on it, going from there pretty much. Yeah. That's usually how I started. Yeah, I love sampling.
Have you ever put out anything like something that you thought was just like a banger, and it was something that you were just messing around with, like you didn't even think it was gonna be anything, and then all of a sudden, hey, this shit is actually, I can use it.
Well, that's kind of how my Happy Be Me track started. I was just playing my new MPC that I just got, the MPC-X, and then I had this little sample that I started chopping up, and then like just took a tiny little element of it, and then just kind of replayed it, and then before you know it, it's like, oh, this is dope. And then like everyone was hearing it was like, I like that. Like, so kind of stuck and kind of got catchy, so yeah, stuff like that.
And you got a few people that are on that track, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my boy Jacob G from Whittier. Shout out to him. He's dope. And then Tim West out of Long Beach. He used to be part of Crooked Eyes Circle of Bosses. And then Dr. Dre's son, Curtis Young, he's on that too. So just kind of, those guys are pretty much homies at this point now.
Yeah.
So I was getting them all together and putting them on a song. And,
Nice. Yeah.
Jacob kind of laced the hook. I went to him like, hey dude, you got anything for it? He came back with like the original hook to it.
Yeah.
And then after that, kind of like, hey, what about this? And we kind of put our heads together, fine tuned it, and then I had Tim in mind for it, and then my boy Curtis liked it, so it's like, let's all put it together, and before you know it, there it is.
Nice. A lot. Do you feel like the collaboration part of it is the whole exciting thing? You get to meet all these different cats that from different areas too,
Yeah.
right? And they bring their own flavor, and then you guys, it's like a bond and a friendship that you.
Yeah, it is. I mean, some dudes are more professional than others. They'll come in, just do their thing, and just in and out. But like, there's some people that you kind of like click with, and just like anything else, before you know it, they're homies or whatever. And it's I love the collaborating part of it. Some dudes you kind of work with, like out of state or whatever reason, so they'll have to like send you the vocals. So you don't really get that like studio vibe, which I kind of like. You can bounce ideas, change things like here and there. Like if I'm doing a song with you, and you're out of state, and there's something like I hear, I'm like, oh, fuck, I wish let's change this and that. And then I have to wait for you to find whatever studio, or if you do it at your house, and then send it back and then edit it. And then sometimes that like is just a different vibe than just being in the studio, putting your heads together. What about this? What about that? Oh yeah, that's dope. Like, let's sit back, listen to it for like 20 minutes, and then go back and edit some more, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think you just touched on something. There's a good convenience of being able to do it like remotely like that.
Yeah.
But it does take away from that personable thing.
Yeah.
In studio, like that's why I turn down a lot of interviews when they want to do virtual.
Yeah.
Because it's just not the same.
It's a different vibe.
You sit here with someone and I can look at you and I can talk to you.
Can't take a shot with you.
You can't take a shot. Yeah.
Let me pour that up real quick.
Just gotta thanks again for bringing the whiskey.
No worries.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Oh, that's some good stuff. I was just saying, like,
if I start slurring,
call an Uber over.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going over here taking shots. I'm still on the same one I'm sipping it, bro. I can't take shots anymore. Maybe
it's all good. I'll take it for you.
I don't know. You take all the shots you want. But yeah, no. Again, in studio, it's the same thing. It's just a different vibe.
Yeah,
it is a different vibe. But yeah, again, the whole convenience of it, though, I think you can create with a whole lot more people.
Yeah, that's the good thing.
That's excuse me. But have you ever done something where it's live, where they're not just sending things, but you're actually like, how like a FaceTime kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like where you're over here creating the beat, and this guy's over here like, yeah, do this, do that. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, it's kind of been like one extreme to the other. Like either we're in the studio, or like this dude's getting to it when he can and sending me the vocals, and I'm going through it, requesting changes or just editing it. So it's kind of one or the other. I haven't really done like the Zoom kind of deal. Yeah.
It seems like it would be a headache though.
Yeah. I'm old school, dude. I like to do things in person. I prefer that. So that Zoom thing,
You have a studio at home, right?
I do.
How much more convenient is having a studio at home than having to like pay you an hour at some studio, and then you gotta go back over there if you want to change it up, Isn't it way more convenient to have a studio at home?
It's convenient, but at the same time, there's only so much I can do. Like the studio I go to, dude's invested so much in like a lot of his software, whether it's the plugins for vocals, just the mic, like the soundproofing in his booth. Whereas if I do the reference in my house, it's cool, but it's not like this professional element. So there's still value in studios. Like I know a lot of people do their thing at their house, and that's cool.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of value in going to a studio. Like, again, it's like anything else. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and the professionalism, and this dude's been doing this forever. He's invested thousands into his plugins, his mic, like, and I might not do that as much, so it doesn't necessarily make sense for me to invest in it, where I can just go there and
yeah, you're right. Never thought about it that way. But you just brought up this guy investing his money into it, right? when you guys are doing collaborations, like because a lot of your tracks are collaborations, right? Features and all that.
Yeah, I'm mine. I'm the producer, so I don't rap at all. I know my place. You know what I mean? So I pretty much depend on like I love to make dope music, be a part of it. So a lot of it has been me reaching out to other people, which is cool because once I have that established body of work, essentially network, then I have something out there that other people could hear. Like, oh, I want this D Breezy track. Like I know what it sounds like. I know the work. Versus me just putting out instrumentals and waiting for someone to buy it and not like at the same time not having creative control. Because nothing, no offense, but I don't want somebody whack taking my song, doing something on it, and then like you listen to it, it's like, you know what I mean? Like still my work, still my name behind it. I'd like to have a little bit of like
somewhat control of
just a little creative control. Even if you want to use it, cool. Like, hey, let's work on this together. And then if you want to, buy it out from me, put it on your stuff, cool. But let's work on it together. At least it's, go back to that studio element where we both put our heads together and make something dope.
You don't want to hear that on a Barbie track you're on, right?
Dude, I don't want to hear some whack shit. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. When you do when you get someone on an artist, do they pay? You have to pay for that. You have to pay for them to come in and record on their track.
Every deal's different. So, to people out there that are just starting out, like you could do like work for hire, where basically I reach out to you, hey, I want you on this track. This is what we can do. Like, what's your rate or whatever? We work something out, and I have you basically sign like, hey, work for hire. Here's your money, done. Or you could do like certain splits. We split the song certain ways. So I've kind of worked different ways with everybody.
Yeah.
Some people that I'm homies with, we do splits, or if I have to reach out to this particular artist, and if you're gonna reach out and pay somebody to do like a work for hire, then it's gotta be worth it. They gotta have like I did that with MC8 or whatever. Like, this dude's got his following, and I respect that, and that's I reach out to him not only for the following, but because I'm a fan. He's been doing it forever. So yeah, of course he's gonna have his rate and work things out differently than someone who's just coming up, and we work on splits because we're both in the same boat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're not like you don't have a preference. You'll do either or. It don't matter, right? Like,
just depends on finances, really. I mean, I'm doing all this on my own, dude. So it's like, I'm working, family man. So, obviously I gotta be conscious of the money that I put into music, because music doesn't pay too much. I want to put out a good product, but music itself doesn't pay too much. Like a lot of artists, their money's made from shows, merchandise, other investments. If you're just depending on music alone to do it, a lot of time that ain't gonna pay much, dude. So,
yeah, I never even thought about that, but yeah, you're right.
Like a Spotify stream is like fractions of a penny. You know what I mean?
It's not even a penny; it's fractions of a penny.
Yeah. So it's like, you either have to have a huge following, and then it'll start paying dividends.
Yeah.
Or you gotta find other ways to make your money.
So then, what's the end of the day for you? Like, what's your goal?
My goal, okay, so my plan is I've reached out to people and I put out dope music that I want to hear, because a lot of the music that I'm putting out isn't necessarily stuff you'll hear on the radio, but it's dope. Like, period, it's dope. So my whole goal is to put out a good body of work, my own style, my creative control, independently, and then once that body of work's out there and people can hear it, and if they're attracted to it and drawn to it, then I start putting, I have my collection of beats that I'm also working on. So I'll have my body of work, I'll have beats, and then I'm gonna start working on placements for other places like TV or whatever else. So that's kind of the game plan right now. It all starts with music, dope music. Like, I just love music so much, and the culture. I just want to pay respect to it, do it right, and I just want to put out a good body of work and build from there.
Yeah.
Because once a good body of work's there, like, that's a legacy, dude.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. When I'm dead, however many years from now, dude, like, that music's still there.
Yeah.
And if anyone's looking for, like, if anyone's tired of hearing whatever's on the radio and they want to hear something different, or like they want to go back to, a certain sound, and that's my sound, it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's with the different artists. Like, I've been blessed enough to work with people that are like OGs in the game, dude. Like, I don't know how, MC8, Cocaine, LBC Crew, Bo Rock from Dub Shack. Like, these are all dudes I grew up listening to. So it's an honor to work with a lot of these dudes. do like Propane, who's blowing up in Texas right now. He's fucking dope. And, like,
Yeah.
just to be able to do that and put that body of work out there it's kind of like a bucket list thing for me too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can tell definitely you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
So you're obviously having fun
Oh yeah.
while you're doing it.
Yeah.
And which is key to everything. But yeah, I mean, I think you're in the right direction. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
do you see yourself doing? You're positively going into the right direction. You know?
Yeah, and it's just it's a lot of patience. I mean, shit don't happen overnight, dude,
Right.
and I understand that, and it's like frustrating sometimes because like you'll hear stuff, you're like, dude, I know what I'm putting out is better than this, but at the same time, like,
Yeah.
I've only officially put out music for a little while now, so I know that it takes time to build that fan base, and so that's why it's always just kind of being patient, trying to plan the next step as well as what I'm doing, while balancing family and work and
Yeah.
just everything else. So, I'm content with it, dude, and just loving what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's good. I can imagine that it must be difficult for you when you listen to something like you remember back earlier when there was like that mumble rap stuff. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
come on, like, it must grind your gear, right?
You know what? Personally, it does, but there's a time and place for everything. Like, I remember, when Snoop Doggy Style came out, like, I'm sure there were people that were hating that. This ain't music, this is bullshit.
Right.
And it's like,
You're right.
I get it. Like, it's different, or it's not people's thing.
It's their era. It's their
Yeah.
thing,
So if people like that, there's a time and a place for everything. So I don't want to disrespect people's music. Do I personally like it? No.
Yeah.
But do I, I prefer lyrics on top of beats, not just something catchy. I like to have some content in music. But if someone else doesn't, then, more power to them. There's a time and a place for everything. And,
Yeah.
if I don't like it, then it is what it is. It's cool. It's just my opinion. Someone else might.
Yeah.
You can respect that too.
Yeah. As long as you keep putting out your shit.
Yeah.
What you like to do, and then that's it. Right?
Try not to be negative. Try to be
Yeah.
respectful of people's opinions, people's music tastes, and whatever,
Yeah.
however I personally feel about it.
You're right. I'm only trying to create drama, bro.
It's all good, dude.
No. Well, dude, thanks again. This has been great. I like it.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing. Your music's good. You guys need to check him out. You are doing once for I don't know for how long you do this, but every month you're putting out a new track.
Yeah. So I'm putting out a new track, and then different styles. Like
Yeah.
the first one was kind of like a little more radio. Like January was a little more radio friendly. As Just Wait with TZ and Jacob G, and then Happy Being Me is kind of like a feel good song. Same thing. It's a little radio friendly, and then the next one coming out's an R&B song. The one after that is probably gonna have a little Spanish twist to it.
Right.
And then after that, I'm kind of working on getting back to like I have like a G-funk song lined up, some hip hop song lined up, and something a little different. So whole year you should kind of be like showcasing different sounds, different styles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. There's another song lined up that I pretty much have done. Just have to get paperwork finalized, and we may or may not do the verse again.
Mm-hmm.
Another one I have like a hook done on it, so I'm working with the artist right now to try to finish it. Another one I'm kind of same concept. I kind of have the artist working on it right now, so just trying to line up everything, and then as it gets done, plan out. I still want it to have a consistent sound, whether it's like the first two kind of radio, next one's R&B, next one's a little Spanish twist. After that, I kind of want to go like more hip hop. So I want to have a little like transition to the next month if possible.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of tell a little story.
Yeah, little story. Just kind of keep like change in sound similar,
Yeah.
not go from one extreme to the other as
Right.
quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a lot of multitasking.
it is.
On top of everything, like again, being a husband, a father,
Yeah.
a firefighter. I mean,
Yeah.
doing all this stuff, and then
Yeah, I love everything.
it's still, I mean, it's like I said, it is challenging.
Yeah.
It's still everything's still a work in progress. Like
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
like you're just flipping a switch and then putting it up to the new track.
Yeah,
You're still working on
there's
it.
a lot of work behind it. I mean,
Yeah.
I try and put out quality products, so making sure vocals are on point, everything's kind of edited and cleaned up, like has all the little effects and just change ups or whatever, and like everything sounds good. And then I have that the cover and the animations done, and everything legally paperwork straightened out and everything said and done. So it's a lot of work behind it.
Is there a team or is this just all Daniel?
I'm pretty much doing everything, and like when I need to sublet out, and like if I need a homie to mix it, I'll reach out to him.
Right.
I try to do what I can
Yeah.
as far as, you know, put everything together and finalizing it. So,
Yeah.
so it's a lot on my shoulders that I try and balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, I guess that's firefighter mentality. You know, you just go right into it. Right?
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Figure it out.
Well, dude, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no
This is
worries,
awesome. It's great. You want to throw out any plugs or any, shout outs to anybody out there right now?
Oh, fuck, wifey number one, holding it down, my kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's first and foremost, dude. And then after that, just everybody I work with, the guys I'm currently working with, a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
So, you know, the network I'm building, like talent wise, I feel is just fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, my boy Mello, a lot of dudes I'm working with now, Jacob G, and then we got a lot of strong people on the team, in the network, dude.
Right.
So yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm glad that we came across each other, and shout out to Marla for referring you to me. And yeah, man, I wish you the best of luck, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Putting out good stuff out there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, man.
All right.
Take care.
Good.
Right, you guys. Adios.